Are you struggling with mental or physical health? Are you taking a prescription medication that you have no desire to keep on taking? Do you want to ascend to the next level? What we're about to discuss may sound like pseudoscience. However, here on this channel, an open mind is necessary in order to promote health, wellness, and a broad array of ideas that help facilitate higher learning. My name is Dro, and let's talk about Shilajit. Shilajit is a natural composition found in high-altitude climates due to the decomposition of plants by microorganisms. Shilajit comes in the form of resin. Around 200 million years ago, India was just an island off of the coast of Australia. As time passed, the Indian island drifted north at a rate of approximately 30 feet a century and collided with Asia approximately 50 million years ago. This slow collision pushed the seabed together and created what we know today as the Himalayan mountains. The Himalayan mountains have been rising at a rate of approximately a centimeter a year. The mineral richness and fertility of the seabed created a lush and dense tropical jungle. As time passed, the land kept rising, which trapped the plants within layers of rocks and soil, preserving the jungles for thousands of years. Due to the tremendous force created by the Himalayan mountains, this organic mass was transformed into a mineral-rich, tar-like substance we now call Shilajit. Shilajit is composed of mainly humic substances, including fulvic acid. Fulvic acid accounts for approximately 60 to 80% of the total nutraceutical compound, as well as organic compounds such as triterpenes, polyphenols, and dibenzoyl alpha-pyrones. Fulvic acid not only increases the absorption of elements within Shilajit, but also increases the digestion and potency of other foods and medicines that are taken in conjunction with Shilajit. Humic acids are great at breaking down toxic chemicals and heavy metals, which makes Shilajit the perfect remedy for our globally contaminated food and water sources. Dibenzoyl alpha-pyrones, which are found in Shilajit, are anti-allergenic, antimicrobic, and enhance the immune system as well as provide a boost, essentially reversing chronic fatigue. It also has a notable effect on mental health by enhancing and strengthening the production of dopamine within the brain, which, as most people know, can reduce anxiety and serve as a stabilizer for emotional behavior. Purified Shilajit contains approximately 85 ionic trace minerals. Shilajit, or mumiho, can be found in high-altitude climates such as the Himalayas, Karakoram, India, Nepal, Russia, Mongolia, and in the northern parts of Chile, where it is often referred to as Andean Shilajit. According to Himalayan villagers, the first taste testers of Shilajit were large white monkeys. These monkeys would gather and journey to the mountain peaks every summer. The villagers spotted monkeys eating a tar-like black substance that was later realized to be Shilajit. It was observed that the monkeys began to exhibit more erratic behavior when consuming the Shilajit. Curiously, the villagers followed suit and began consuming the all-natural Shilajit for themselves. Not before long, the villagers began to take note of the mental, physical, and rejuvenating properties of taking Shilajit. Shilajit helps promote circulation within the neurovascular system as well as the lymphatic system, aiding in your body's natural daily detoxification. In conjunction with promoting circulation, Shilajit also aids in fighting Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is a progressive brain disorder that causes problems with memory, behavior, and thinking. Numerous studies have shown that the fulvic acid in Shilajit may stop the abnormal buildup of protein and reduce inflammation, potentially improving Alzheimer's symptoms. Another health benefit of taking Shilajit is that it can aid in the process of boosting testosterone naturally. Now, for men, particularly older men, low testosterone levels can be a problem. Recent studies have shown that there is a direct correlation with purified Shilajit and an increase in total testosterone levels within healthy volunteers. In one study, a group of 60 infertile men took Shilajit twice a day for 90 days. At the end of the 90 days, more than 60% of the study participants had an increase in total sperm count. More than 12% had an increase in sperm motility. Sperm motility refers to the ability of the sperm in a sample to move adequately, an important part of fertility. I mean, when it comes to describing health benefits caused by Shilajit, the list just goes on and on. It is likely that the curative properties attributable to Shilajit are provided by the significant levels of fulvic acid that Shilajit contains, considering the fact that fulvic acid is known for its strong antioxidant actions. The effect that Shilajit has on the mind can help boost memory, focus, and has been used as a natural performance enhancer for Olympic athletes as well as meditating yogis throughout ancient times. Shilajit has shown to increase the functions of the parasympathetic nervous system while decreasing the overstimulation of the sympathetic nerve system, which is a known source of stress. Shilajit supports the function of the parasympathetic nervous system by lowering blood pressure, heart rate, respiratory rate, and aiding in digestion. I myself am an endurance athlete that has tested Shilajit for a few years now. It is very obvious to me that Shilajit has helped improve both my mental and physical health without a doubt, predominantly in the area of VO2 max. If you don't know what VO2 max is, it basically refers to the amount of oxygen your body can absorb and use during exercise. Now, the thing about VO2 max is that it's very hard to train. Usually only high-level performance athletes really focus on VO2 max. I myself have noticed an increase in VO2 max while taking Shilajit. Vitamin and mineral deficiencies have been known to be correlated with our mental well-being and stress levels. Shilajit is rich in an array of essential properties such as zinc, which plays an active role in reducing stress and mental strain. Additionally, other elements such as potassium and magnesium play an important role in regulating blood pressure, muscle tension, as well as pulse rate to minimize the effects of stress and anxiety. Shilajit has been anciently renowned as the conqueror of mountains and destroyer of weaknesses, as it supports rejuvenation and energy production. Believe it or not, this substance really is a conqueror of mountains and a destroyer of weakness. Check this out. According to various studies, Shilajit is helpful in fighting against common high-altitude problems such as hypoxia, acute mountain sickness, high-altitude pulmonary edema, high-altitude cerebral edema, dementia, dehydration, and UV radiation when taken as a supplement by people ascending to high altitudes. The thing is, for endurance athletes like myself, this is very, very beneficial. The thing about doing races is that races can be held in low altitude climates, in high altitude climates, in cold climates, in warm climates, so you basically never know what you're going to get. This is very good news for endurance athletes such as myself. Endurance athletes need to be able to train in low altitude climates as well as high altitude climates. Me myself, I live in Florida, which is completely flat. Now, if I wanted to go to Denver, Colorado and do the Leadville 100 over there, the thing is, my body and my pulmonary system is not accustomed to that high altitude. This is where Shilajit would play an important role in my training. Shilajit contains iron, copper, as well as zinc, which essentially allows blood to carry more oxygen to the cells, essentially enhancing energy production. Vitamin B12 found in Shilajit adds an energy boost and works in combination with fulvic acid to deliver more oxygen directly to the muscle cells, which helps to defeat the effects of lactic acid as well as CO2 buildup. Studies have shown that when applied to small doses in soil, Shilajit actually helps flourish weak plants. There is no such thing as a fountain of youth or a secret ingredient. However, Shilajit replaces trace minerals, strengthens immune function, and increases gut health within your body to restore imbalances. All of the vitamins and minerals found in Shilajit help drive the mitochondria, or the powerhouse of the cell, providing you with energy and recovery that you need to get you through your day. I know for a lot of you, this might seem overwhelming, and you might be thinking to yourself, how come I'm just learning about Shilajit right now? Or maybe you heard about Shilajit before and you wanted to dive deeper into the actual components and compounds that make up Shilajit and see for yourself if it actually works. I would definitely recommend Shilajit if you suffer from any of the difficulties, disorders, or diseases that I mentioned within this video. The health benefits associated with Shilajit may sound too good to be true for most people, but the fact of the matter is, Shilajit has been around for a long time. We as humans have been using Shilajit for a long time. Therefore, in my humble opinion, it would be quite foolish for a person to know the facts about Shilajit and not take it every single day. I'm a man of results. I need to test things. Therefore, when I found out about Shilajit, honestly, it sounded too good to be true. So I took the time out and I tested Shilajit. I ingested it, I applied it to plants. I basically applied the scientific method to this magnificent resin that is found in high altitude climates. Needless to say, to this day, I am still taking Shilajit every single day. With that being said though, if you are looking for the purest form of Himalayan Shilajit resin, go over to allnaturalupgrades.com. Follow us on Instagram as well at allnaturalupgrades. That's all I have for this video. I hope you learned something new today. Dro, out.